700 federal agents, 120 reputed rival gang members. Bronx, New York. It's believed to be the largest gang takedown in New York City history.
Hey, welcome back to Slim Hoffa's True Crime Time.
As families go, this one was tight. See those who knew them?
It's kind of the all-American family.
A mom, a dad, 3 children, 2 teens and 1 adult, we're told. Houston police confirm mom is dead, shot to death in her bedroom. Her husband was shot too.
Former Texas A&M and NFL player Antonio Armstrong, along with his wife Dawn. According to prosecutors, the call came in around 1:40 a.m. Friday. Police were met at the door by the teenager and his 12-year-old sister, who'd slept through the shooting. Both had been shot in the head, and both had pillows covering their heads. The prosecutors said the murder weapon was a .22 caliber pistol found on the kitchen counter. There was a handwritten note nearby.
Police arrested the couple's 16-year-old son. He's accused of killing his parents.
They questioned the 16-year-old and he was not able to give an explanation.
Meanwhile, the attorneys are telling us that there is now an active investigation into the possibility of another person being inside the home when Dawn and Antonio Armstrong were murdered.
Therein lies the mystery here. Who shot whom and why?
And you see the outcome in your way. What are you looking most forward to getting out?
What
do you want to do? I mean, what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
For me, definitely go to school. Get back into school, get back into football. Like, I'm not going to give up on that dream. I know my dad and my mom would never want me to give up on that, so definitely going to get back into that. And I'm just looking forward to just being able to just do stuff with my family. Just being able to go out to eat after church on Sundays, just little things like that, hang out with my friends, just so much I've missed out on over the past 3 years, but I know I have a long life ahead of me. I'm young, so I'm looking forward to it.
Are you nervous coming up?
For the trial?
Right, for the next 3 weeks. Like, is it the only thing you can think about right now?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's been the only thing that's been on my mind for a while, and I've definitely been counting down the days. So it's like the emotions are definitely there. The nights I'm not sleeping as much, so it's definitely going through that process.
I have to ask you, because everyone has, I'm sure you've talked about this at length, I have to ask you just one time, did you kill your parents?
No. Never. Never.
Okay. I'm good.
I'm good.
Thank you. Did you get everything that you wanted to say? Okay. This is great. Yeah, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
In Texas versus Antonio Armstrong Jr. We, the jury, find the defendant, Antonio Armstrong Jr., guilty of capital murder as charged in the indictment. It's signed a
testimony, and one of the ones that it was a testimony from somebody, some video that we had concerning another potential person that could have done this, but yet they didn't allow the evidence. And you know what the judge said? We can't present that because it wouldn't be fair to the prosecution. It would be too much for them. Too much for a potential murderer? You wouldn't allow that type of video evidence in? The video shows some things that was going on with this individual that would give him cause, and he lived in the house as well, back and forth. And so it would give you cause to say, let's at least investigate. They would not allow that type of evidence in, and the judge to say, oh no, that wouldn't be fair to the prosecution side.
Now,
really?
Is this a relative?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the defense talked a lot about Josh? Is it Josh?
Yeah, it was video of Josh saying what he tried to do, burning down the house, things. It was on video, but they wouldn't allow that into the trial.
It all starts with AJ on the phone with 911 dispatchers. He tells them his address and says that he heard 2 gunshots downstairs in his parents' room. 911 then says, do you need any medical attention? And AJ replies, I heard gunshots, so I don't really know because and then his voice fades off. AJ then tells dispatchers his parents' door is cracked open and that it would usually be closed. Dispatchers ask, what kind of gun? He says, I don't know, but he adds that his father keeps a gun in the master bedroom. He then tells dispatchers he's hiding in the 3rd floor bedroom in a closet. 4 minutes into the call, AJ can be heard saying, how did you get into our house? How'd you get into our house? 7 minutes after that call starts, AJ is then heard saying, quote, it's all my fault. This call went on for 12 full minutes. It ends with AJ waking up his little sister and taking her out of the house as authorities are coming into the home. And again, we must point out that this was an enhanced recording, enhanced version of that 911 call. The original call, there are many parts of that were inaudible or very hard to hear. So the state has actually gone in and increased the audio level so you could better hear. But also state investigators also added, the DA's office added, that they did put in pieces of transcription that they thought of what would have been said. The defense was saying, well, could it have been something else? Instead of how did you get in my house, could AJ have said, how did they get in my house? And the state prosecutor admitted, the DA's office investigator admitted, yes, it could have said that. So
subscribe, if you haven't already, and hit the like button. Only if you like my content. Thank you for watching Slim Hoffa True Crime Time.
It's a link in my bio, click it. I'm going viral every minute.